In this video, I'm going to tell you about 15 books to read in 2022. I've read most of them and I'm still reading some of them. We'll go with 3 relationship books, 8 self-help books, and 4 Christian books. So if you like to gain more knowledge by reading books in this year 2022, let's dive in already. What's up guys, it's your boy Coded99 and welcome back to my channel. First off, Happy New Year to you. If I've not said that to you this year, Happy New Year to you. And I hope this year brings a lot of good and greater things for you. If you're new to this channel, I upload videos about personal development. I invite people to have real talk with them about important topics, and I upload fun content as well. So you can check out my channel if you like what you see. Please do not hesitate to subscribe. So I'll divide this video into 3 sections. First off, I'll talk about the relationship books. Secondly, I'll talk about the self-help books. And thirdly, I'll talk about the Christian books that I think will be helpful to you. The first section, relationship-based books. I have 3 of them for you, and the first one is What Women Really Want in a Man by Bruce Bryan. This book highlights majority of the qualities that women are really looking for in a man. And I like the way the author classified this sort of women. He called them quality women, meaning they are women who know what they want in a man. And even if they don't know what they want, by reading this book, you can become more like that woman and stop looking for the unnecessary things and start focusing on the things that are more important to check out in a man. If you as a man want a quality woman, then you need to step up your game and meet up with the standards and the qualities that she would be looking out for. And it makes a lot of sense, and I think this book is beneficial for both men and women, because as a woman, if you read this book, it will help you understand what you should be looking out for in a man. And as a man, reading this book would help you understand what a woman is looking out for and how you can improve and be a better man or be a better version of yourself. Basically, it was more about being a better version of yourself as a man. And another thing I like this book for is that he never mentioned that a high quality woman is looking for money. It means that there are more innate and more learned qualities and values that these kind of women are looking for. And when you read this book, it will not help you only understand what the high quality woman is looking for, but it will help you as a man be a better version of yourself. And I made a review about this book. You can check the link here. And fun fact, that was my second YouTube video. So yeah, enjoy it. The second book is The 7 Irresistible Qualities Men Really Want in a Woman by the same author, Bruce Bryan. I love this book. When I was reading the book, it was like you're literally reading my mind. You're like spitting out everything in my mind, everything that I wanted and everything that I didn't know I wanted as a man to look for in a woman. It was listing them, and it was awesome. I loved the book, and it gave a fresher perspective and to understand yourself as a man better. And as a woman, reading this book would help you understand what men are really looking for. You know, that good guy that you're looking for, he's not going to settle for less, okay? So you need to step up your game, as well as he needs to step up his game. So these 2 books I recommend for both genders. And the way this book made me feel like, you know, the author was spitting out my mind. I'm guessing that's how the women who read What Women Really Want in a Man, that was how they felt as well. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It was really fun to read both books and to get different perspectives from both genders. Additionally, the author touched some important qualities and addressed misconceptions that women have about men. For example, men are scum. And he also clarified on when they say a man needs respect, it's not looking for you to bow down and call him Lord and all of that. And also when they say a man needs space, it's not because he doesn't love you. He just needs the space to himself. It has nothing to do about you as a woman or whether he loves you or not. As a woman, if you read this book, you understand how to deal with men, or when they act some sort of way, you would understand where they are coming from. And as a man, when you read this book, it's only going to help you embrace yourself more and understand more about your manhood. The third book is a very, very important book that I recommend. This one is a must read. Why? Is because I feel like this book holds a lot of information and helps people avoid some certain mistakes concerning marriage. The title of the book is Things I Wish I Would Have Known Before We Got Married by Gary Chapman. He's the same author of The 5 Love Languages, and my God, this book is packed with information, things you should check out for, things you as a couple should discuss. You know, I promised myself that I'm going to read this book over and over again whenever I'm chanced, because it's a conversation starter between you and your partner. You guys would end up discussing important topics and know whether you're compatible or not before you tie the knot. It really really sets you up for a good foundation before marriage. Like, I can vouch for that 100%. Please read this book. If you're single, you're dating, even if you're already married, you should read this book, because there might be some things that you might have overlooked. It will help you understand these things. For example, who does what in the house, and will help you check out some compatibilities that you may have overlooked. And I promise you will not regret reading this book. So please read it together as a couple. Read it if you're single, read it individually. Just get your hands on this book already. You can check out the review here, and I hope after you watch the video you decide to buy this book. I don't know how much I can say about this book, but you should buy it. Anyways, going to the next section, which are self-help books. The one I'll be starting with is The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg. Man, I think when I read the book, I was like, this is one of the best books I read in 2021. Like, you know, it's like the knowledge you want to have, but you didn't know how to get it. It just shed more light on a lot of things concerning habits. This book helped me understand how habits are formed and how powerful they are and how they can be life-changing. Like, Charles Duhigg went in depth into habits, and what I love about the book is the way it carries the reader along. Like, I don't think I felt bored at any point reading this book, because the stories, the progression, like, you just keep on diving. This is one of the books I read and I'm like, I can't get enough of it. Even when I say I want to read one chapter a day, I end up reading more, because it is so interesting and you would relate so much with it. As a business person, you would love this book and you would get something from it, because it talked about how corporate organizations take advantage of the habits of their customers and they use this to make more sales, and how some organizations also use the power of habits to craft the quality of their customer support. And he talked about how, for example, Starbucks, how they were able to harness the power of habits to make sure their staffs have a reputable mindset in dealing with customers. And I so loved it. Basically, these books help you understand why people do what they do, and also helps you become a better person by utilizing the power of habits. Of course, that's if you actually implement the lessons you learn from the book, but it is awesome. I loved every bit of it. The second self-help book is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. This is one of the best books that would help you understand why we make the choices we make, why we make the decisions we make. What is the psychology behind some of the decisions, or majority of the decisions that we make? It really helped me understand how we humans think in two ways. One, by intuition, really fast thinking, and the second is a really slow thinking, where you actually sit down, not literally sit down, but you examine the stakes, and by doing this you avoid a lot of mistakes where the stakes are really high. And this book is helping me understand how to tap into both methods of decision making, and it really helps me see the benefits of thinking things through and good decision making. You might have noticed that I'm using present tense, and that's because I'm still reading this book and I'm enjoying it. And I've noticed that it's not a book you actually try to read fast. You really have to read it slowly and digest everything so that you can understand what the author is trying to communicate. I hope I get to review this book in the future, but you should definitely check out this book. The third book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Oh my. This is like another must read. Like, if you are a people person, or you want to be a people person, or you find yourself in some leadership or managerial role or position, you should definitely grab this book. Like, I made use of some of the things I learned from it, and it really works. The author covered some little things that we easily overlook. For example, remembering people's name, and how people sort of personalize and like it when you remember their name. But in fact, people don't really know they like it, but when you know this information, it helps you to relate with people on a different level, and they just get to feel more comfortable with you because of some of the information you know about humans in general. I applied it in my interpersonal relationships, and oof, it is golden. It's a people-centric book, but you as the reader will get to refine your emotional intelligence, refine your communication skills, and generally refine how you treat people or speak to them. Like, this book gives a lot of expo on people's psychology, and I love it. You should definitely check it out. Definitely. This is one of the books on my must read. Buy this book. The fourth book is The Truth About Men by Devon Franklin. I like this book so much because if you're a man and you read this book, it helps you embrace your manhood more, our weaknesses, and how we can improve on ourselves as men. You hear a lot of things about men. Men don't communicate, men love sex, men are dogs, men love power, men can't be faithful, and all of that. Devon Franklin highlighted all these struggles, helping us really see through these struggles, and then he explains why we have these struggles and how we can overcome these struggles. And that's the good part of the book. Like, it talks about the problem, to the process, and then the solution, and how we can generally be better men and be the men that God has created us to be. So I would recommend this book for a man and a woman. If you're a woman and you read this book, it will help you understand some of the struggles of men and how to navigate them, whether you're in friendship with a guy or in a relationship. I also hope I get to review this book in the future, but it's an interesting one, and if you are interested, you should definitely get this book. All right, let's take a break. Okay, if you're enjoying this video and you think you're getting some value from it or gaining some insight or lessons from this video, please subscribe to this channel if you're not yet subscribed. If you're subscribed, share this video so that others can gain the value that you're getting as well. And please like and comment. I love hearing from you guys, so please comment. Thank you. All right, break is over. The fifth book I'll be covering is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson. Some people get put off by the title of this book. I was that person, but I decided to take a leap of faith to see what is really inside this book. And I didn't regret reading the book, basically, because it's not about you not caring about what people say and all of that. It's actually more about you being so in tune with yourself, understanding yourself and understanding your emotions and your drive, and taking care of yourself. The author also talked about values and how important it is to have good values. He talks about suffering, talks about failures. He also talked about being accountable and a lot of good stuff. I ended up liking this book. So if you have this book in your shelf somewhere and you're hesitant on reading it, or you've seen it in a bookstore and you're hesitant on buying it, this is a confirmation for you to go grab your copy. Read the book. I think you're going to like it. You can come back to this video and tell me in the comment section, or write me on any of my social media and tell me what you think about the book. The sixth book is Stock Market Investing for Beginners by Victor Lucas. I have not finished reading this book. Listening to the book, but it's really good. It is enlightening about the stock market, like the title says, especially for beginners. And Victor Lucas explains some of the difficult terms in stock market in an understandable way that you can relate to. For example, he explained the art of short selling really well. So if you're really interested in learning some of the secrets of investing in IPO, you can get this book. But I would advise you get the audiobook like I did, because it's cheaper, and some of the information you actually get from the book, if you dedicate enough time for proper personal research, you can get those information online. So like I said, just get the audiobook. It's really cheap and you can listen to it at your own time of convenience anywhere. So if you're really considering a good value for the money, then I would say you should get the audiobook or the Kindle version. Another thing you can do is, if you're not yet registered on Audible, you can register, and for your trial you can just get the book. It's going to be for free. The seventh book in this section is How to Win in Life Without Losing Yourself by Dr. Pippa Grange. This is a pretty interesting book. I was really captivated by the subtitle, How to Win in Life Without Losing Yourself, that I forgot that the main title of the book is Fearless. The content of the book is more about fear, how to handle fear and conquer or overcome fear. She had some pretty good points in this book, and I could actually resonate with some of them, especially when she stated that laughter is a good way of handling fear. And in my review of this book, I shared a story of how Nigerians do this a lot. In fact, that's one of the things that keeps us going. In the midst of trouble, in the midst of chaos, you can find Nigerians laughing. It really happened to me personally, how we can easily make a joke out of a fearful or unpleasant situation. If you'd like to hear the story I shared, you can check out my book review. And if you'd like to buy this book, also get to Amazon or Book Depository or somewhere, get the book. You'll like it. And the last book in this section is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Not for any reason, but I feel like this book is a very good reminder. A lot of people have read this book. It's like asking someone, have you heard of the subject further mathematics or higher mathematics? A lot of people have heard about it, only that in this case, this book is not complex, but a lot of people have heard about it, but some have not read it. I'm just bringing this to your screen right now. If you've not read the book, you can grab it. It's a book about investment. It's a book about assets and liabilities, helping you understand how to manage your finances and become more financial independent and intelligent. So if you've read this book before, you can pick it up and read it again. And if you've not, you can give it a shot and try. I think you'll benefit from the information in this book. It's an old book, but it's a golden one. The last but not the least section, the Christian books. I love this section so much, mainly because of the diversity in this section. These books that I'm about to tell you will help you see God in different dimensions, in different angles and spheres of life. And I think you'll be able to relate to at least one of these books. The first one will help you see how powerful your mind is and how it is a battlefield. The second one will help you see how the existence of God can be proven using the techniques used in crime investigations. The third one will help you see God and creation from the scientific point of view. And the last one will help you see God from our struggles in life and our purpose going forward. All right, let's dive into them. The first one is The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyers. First off, if you are suffering from depression, fear, doubt, jealousy, anxiety, or anything around these, I would strongly advise you get this book because it is golden and it's going to help you. The way she used Bible verses to explain how our mind works and what we should be thinking and how we should think is just good. It is a definition of using God's word to win the battle of the mind. Like, it will open your mind to a lot of things that you might have even overlooked in the Bible. And if you're generally interested in knowing how the mind is a battlefield, or just for your own knowledge and improvement and awareness, definitely get this book as well, because I think the enlightenment you get from this book is, first off, life-changing. Secondly, I think it will help you in one way or the other. Thirdly, it will help you see God through the scope and lens of your mind and through the scope of His word as well. And if you're big on mental health, you should get this book as well. Like, for real. I think this is another book I'll add to the list of my must read because she did well. She did well. The book titled Cold Case Christianity is the second one. I love this book. Like, for real, I will not finish reading the book because the book is big, but I love the journey of the book. I like the fact that it was written by a homicide detective, and he also featured in the movie God's Not Dead Part 2. I feel like after reading this book, I'll be more equipped with oppositions about faith and even better explaining the existence of God. You know, sometimes as Christians, we can be faced with the challenge where some questions pop up with unbelievers or with atheists, and you're like, you're not equipped, or you don't know how to, or something. But you know, I'm not saying we should argue, but when you have more information as well, it will help you better present your faith and for people to understand and relate to it. The author basically investigated how true the gospel is through various investigation techniques. I would say that it is intriguing, and it serves as another proof that Jesus is real, the gospel is real. There are facts to prove that the gospel is real, even aside this book, and I wish that every Christian will be equipped with this knowledge as well. I hope to really review this book when I'm done with it, because I am loving it. The third Christian book is The Genesis Project, written by Leke Alder. First off, I love the fact that this book, a scientific-based gospel book, is written by a Nigerian. I love that, and that's part of why I took the book. I didn't know who Leke Alder was. Then I googled and I saw he's a Nigerian, and I'm like, interesting. Now I'm going to read this book. I want to see what the content is, and I read this book and I saw the process of creation in a different light. This book helped me see that Genesis chapter 1 is not just a chapter. It is a series of scientific events that happened over time. By reading this book, I understood that if God had allowed Genesis chapter 1 to be written the way the scientific events happened, only scientists would understand that chapter. But God allowed it to be written in a simple manner so that everyone would understand and follow along. This book is a very good read. I don't know what category of people I would recommend this book for, but if you are knowledge hungry and you just want to know, or you want to understand God from the scientific perspective of creation as well, then you should get this book. Like, big kudos to Leke Alder. Good job. The last but not the least is the book Adulting for Jesus by Christine Weber. This book is a sweet book. For some people, it may sound like a book for teenagers who are crossing into adulthood. As much as it serves that purpose, I also think it's a biblically sound book and faith-boosting book for any Christian to read. Christian Weber wrote about some of the life struggles we face as believers concerning our purpose in life and seeing how God is so intentional about everything that concerns us. She's a comedian, so there was a lot of humor in this book, which made the reading more fun. I think you should definitely check the book out. Alright, those are the 3 relationship, 8 self-help, and 4 Christian books that I have for you to read in 2022. Please let me know in the comment section which one you definitely be buying and reading. And also, if you have any suggestion for me, any book suggestions, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to add to my library physically and mentally as well. It's a wrap for this video. Please like and share this video. If you are not yet subscribed, I really don't know why, but please subscribe, support your boy, and I'll be signing off right now. Until next time, make sure you keep yourself beautiful. Peace.